First started competing when I was 49.
Okay.
In bodybuilding,
So
and qualified for nationals, which means you can compete to be
in
a
your
pro.
first 6 months?
In my first year, it was about 800 calories.
Yeah.
Or so a day.
800 calories total a day.
800.
Wow. The gluteal muscle is the largest muscle in your body.
She started HRT. So she's not only dropped that 20 pounds, but she's gained about 5 pounds of muscle.
Oh, that's the best.
And
It's too late to build muscle after 60.
Absolutely not.
Good.
You are proof in the pudding, baby.
Welcome to the Consult Before the Cut, your go-to podcast for all things anti-aging, aesthetics, and plastic surgery. I'm Dr. Jonathan Weiler, a board-certified plastic surgeon with over 15 years of experience.
I am Taylor Besh, physician's assistant and expert injector at Weiler Plastic Surgery.
And I'm Brittany DeSherry, nurse and COO over at Rejuvime Medical. Each week, we'll dive deep into the latest trends, expert insights, and real stories from the world of beauty and wellness. So grab a seat at the consult room and let's discover the secrets of timeless beauty together.
All right, guys. Hello. Welcome back to the Consult Before the Cut. Yours truly, Dr. Jonathan Weiler.
Ours truly, the leader of the pack.
Sitting here with Taylor Besh, the one, the only, the famous injector over at Weiler Plastic Surgery. We are one man down. We are missing Brittany today.
We're missing our crazy witty half.
I know. So you have to put up with me and Taylor today. I think Brittany is traversing the East Coast.
Yes.
She's on a mission to visit every national park in the country, I believe. So she's got one of those maps and she's marking them off.
Really is pretty amazing, though.
Yeah.
How many states have you?
How many states have I been to?
I don't know how many I have. But I have friends who are trying to do all 50, like specific 40 by 40.
Really?
It's pretty cool.
I don't know. So I do have a goal. I want to hit every Caribbean island.
Oh,
That's
okay.
my goal. So I don't want to be in the States.
Yeah. I was going to say, you're getting out of here whenever you're
I'm
going.
a beach person.
Yeah.
And I don't have time to get away for like 2 weeks to go to like Europe, which I've been when I was like 2. So every year we do we try to do a different island or country.
Did y'all do St. Bart's?
I have not done St. Bart's.
Okay.
We did.
I'm hearing that's
Antigua, and we've done U.S. Virgin Islands. We have not done. I think St. Bart's is French or Portuguese. I don't know.
I think it's. I'm not saying.
St. Bart's is like
myself.
That's where everybody goes for New Year's Eve, like Jeff Bezos.
Yes.
And it's like super expensive.
Yes.
In the winter, and then it's like super cheap out of season. But that's where like you ever follow like Bethany Frankel?
Yes.
Like she was there, and like I think they all go. There is a billionaire circuit. Did you know that? So
I did not.
Yeah.
Tell me.
There is a billionaire circuit. So there's like a group, and they have there's actually like a podcast on it. There's events. So it goes from like the Formula One in what's the kingdom of Monaco.
Oh.
And then they go to like a Mediterranean spot. They do New Year's Eve.
And this is like a group, like it's a fraternity.
No, but it's like a social circuit. Like there's parties that it's like same group of people. They travel the world and go to like your expected like there's a place, I don't know if it's Colorado or Dakotas, but like for a week or two they have all these big parties. And then like the whole group kind of moves to St. Bart's for a week or two. And they take their yachts and their planes and it's like move around. It's fascinating.
Excuse me.
Because that's like, have you seen, there's a new show on Bravo, The Nannies. So the nannies to the billionaires. So now, you know how they have like all these like Real Housewives shows. So there's a nanny show. And so these are the nannies to the very wealthy, which is true because we had a patient, was she yours too? We had a patient that was a nanny to a billionaire family, and she would travel the world. And she said when they went on vacation, there would be a kid and nanny beach, and then there was the adult beach.
Right.
And so these nannies live a whole world with these children, and it's like it's bizarre. So no.
And maybe being a billionaire might be a little isolating
It's
because
very
you can't.
isolating.
So they
It's very
have
isolating.
a group of people.
Yeah, because like if you're a billionaire, you can't be hanging out with
Yeah.
millionaires because you can't be talking about, you're like, I've got giant yacht problems. Where do I get my 400-foot yacht service? It's not something you can't have a conversation with me about your 400-foot yacht. I don't have any empathy
That's
for
good.
that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But like,
right.
oh, my
Shut up.
I can't believe it. My jet broke down. My
That's
pilot
good.
called in sick today and I'm stuck.
Yeah. Nope.
Whole different world. Anyway.
I feel like you were doing this podcast today for me because
For you?
it is literally amazing. And
Wait. I'm the one that's married in our 50s. So there's a lot of self-interest in this one.
Menopausal women this is the hot topic,
it is.
Guys.
It's having its moment.
Yes.
It's having its moment.
We are all struggling. If you are married to a woman who is in her menopausal years, be patient, be kind, because it is rough. And so we are so excited. We have somebody actually that's going to come on today to talk to us. She's a coach, a wellness coach through these menopausal years and how we maintain muscle and what the muscle does and what the hell's happening to our bodies.
Yeah, I mean, so first of all, it's hard to build muscle and stay lean anytime in your life, right? But you throw in perimenopausal menopause, it only gets tougher as you get older. And
before we jump into all that, I love you always have a good like layman's term explanation. So
for menopause for women?
Menopause, why you start losing muscle, all that stuff.
Well, you're losing all your hormones.
Right.
So think of it like this. And I heard somebody say this. I'm probably stealing it from somebody. All right. So this has been a topic that has been taboo or ignored.
Right.
We are mostly exist in a male-run patriarchal society, right? As has been existing for a long time. The reason it's been ignored, and I heard somebody say this, so it would be treated totally different if every man at the age of 40 was castrated, right? So you turn 40 and you walk in and clip, they're cut off.
Thank you.
And no more hormones for you, buddy. And live the rest of your life like that.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, that smart doctor up in the FDA said, you know what? Hormones are bad for you. So you get no more testosterone at 40, buddy. So think of the world, how we would address menopause if men had their testicles clipped at 40. Now, I'm not saying that, but that's essentially what's happening to females. Now, there's a little bit of a down, like perimenopausal, right? But then at menopause, it's like one day you wake up and you're got some hormones, then the next day,
done.
It is a very, very difficult point in life.
Right.
So we are going to talk
about it. Yeah.
And talk about that topic because it is such, and I heard somebody say that and it was like, click.
Yeah.
What if that happened to men? It'd be a whole different world, wouldn't it be? You know, we wouldn't have had a black box warning on hormones for the last 30 years.
That we're still celebrating it being lifted.
I love watching you watch these shows, the ever heard of the Dowager?
Mm-hmm.
Like I call my wife the Dowager wife. Like, the Dowager Elizabeth, if you were put out to pasture, the poor queen was like, oh, you're the Dowager queen now. Cause now we have a young queen. You get totally pushed out,
Yep.
Like we dowagerized our entire society for any postmenopausal female. It really was. So I think this is a wonderful topic. I am as obviously one of the reasons to start Rejuvime. I am fascinated by this topic and I can't wait to meet our special guest because there's so much to talk about because it's having its moment. Yeah. Anyway,
thank our sponsors.
I want to thank our sponsors. I feel like I'm a little manic today. I'm gonna slow down too. I'm a little manic.
He was running late, so now he's like, blah, 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 blah.
I know, it was 8 minutes. I hate being late. So I want to thank our sponsors. I want to thank Weiler Plastic Surgery, state of Louisiana's largest aesthetic plastic surgery practice. We have 5 board certified plastic surgeons. We have how many? I want to say
12. Yeah.
We have multiple.
Going to be 13.
13 injectors. We have 13 offices. Mm-hmm. We have probably over 16 injectors. We have multiple estheticians spread all throughout South Louisiana. We are, I believe, the premier provider of aesthetic surgical services and injectable services in the state of Louisiana. I also want to thank Rejuvime Medical. They are Louisiana's premier wellness and anti-aging clinics. They also have 13 clinic locations. Yep. They also have multiple injectors, over 17 at this point, and nurse practitioners. They specialize in hormone optimization, hormone replacement, medical weight management, and peptides, and all things wellness.
All things anti-aging.
Yep. So stay tuned. We're going to cut to a short little break, and we'll be right back with our special guest.
My name is Michelle Green, and I do aesthetics and injectables at Weiler Plastic Surgery. I'm extremely happy with the results simply because I feel youthful, I feel bright. My face and my complexion is a reflection of my personality, and when you feel good on the outside and the inside, it's just a nice combination. It's always just the perfect treatment plan at the perfect time. I'm completely happy, and I am excited to see where the next 10, 12, 15 years go.
My name is Stephanie. I'm from Maurepas, Louisiana, and I take GLP-1 through Rejuvime. Before I started GLP-1, I was gaining weight. Nothing that I was doing was working. Within the first 3 months of taking my GLP-1, I was able to control my appetite. I had actually lost 20 pounds within the first 3 months and didn't notice until I saw a picture of me. I heard about Rejuvime Medical through a commercial, and I just decided to give it a shot, and I'm glad that I did.
Welcome back to the Consult Before the Cut. And I'm here. We are down and out. Britt is out. I'm here with Taylor, our wonderful injector, and I myself, Louisiana famous plastic surgeon. Wouldn't say world famous. Hopefully getting there.
You are.
Yes.
And we are here with our special guest, Wanda, correct?
Yes.
And help me with that last name. It's one of those traditional.
Mayeux.
Wanda Mayeux.
Mm-hmm.
And Wanda is a certified menopause fitness coach, online influencer, right? And probably wearing multiple different hats. And we're going to kind of roll through that.
Exactly. Yes.
So we always like to start with, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where
That's
you
right.
come from? How'd you get into all this? How did you end up here? We are in Baton Rouge. How did you end up here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana?
So I'm from Baton Rouge, actually, from here. And, it's interesting. One thing always leads to another. One door opens, the next door opens kind of thing. So how I ended up in online fitness is I started competing when I was 50. Actually, first started competing when I was 49.
Okay.
In bodybuilding.
So is
bikini.
that kind of late to the game, or is it
late?
typical?
That's late.
Late. Okay.
That's late. So that's the kind of the the point of just promoting fitness and menopause is because I didn't start strength training until I was 49.
Oh, wow.
I was in the endurance. So anything cardio, anything speed, I was doing it.
Now, so you were always kind of an athlete, lifetime athlete, but not into sort of lifting and building muscle, correct?
Right. So I was all about burning calories and, just running.
Okay.
Biking, hiking, whatever I could do, racing. So I did that for a long time.
Okay.
And then someone asked me about competing in bodybuilding because I was lean.
Right.
And so I was like, oh, sure, I'll try it.
Sure.
Check that off the bucket list kind of thing.
Okay.
Right. Mm-hmm. So 6 months, I trained for about 6 months, competed, made it to the qualified for nationals, which means you can compete to be a pro.
In your first 6 months?
In my first year, I turned pro. Yeah. So that was pretty crazy.
That's pretty crazy.
But interesting because it led me to where I am now. So I started coaching women who compete, doing posing and that sort of thing.
Okay.
And when I started competing on the pro level is when they started telling me, you really have to have a balanced physique. That's what they're looking for in the bikini division. But I'm like, okay, what do I need to work on so that I can win? Because that was the whole goal of competing.
Right.
And my glutes were always the critique that, they were like, well, we need to make sure that you start working on that a little bit more. Okay. So that led me to wonder why my glutes weren't building and everyone else's were.
Really?
Yes.
Let me
now,
and that rolled into, let me ask you a few real quick. Was there besides being asked, just so, hey, do you want to compete? Was there an injury, an event that made you switch from just sort of, hey, I've conquered this, I want to conquer this challenge? It
was really just a spur of the moment decision. Okay. Yeah, I'm like, sure, I'll, one of those things. Sure. Okay. I'm very competitive. So it was just kind of one of those things. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll do it.
And then, so you mentioned balance. So explain to our listeners. So in the competitive bodybuilding world, you mentioned like balanced physique and talk about, are there different categories and like what is balanced? Because I know we're going to talk about the glutes and we're going to explain to our listeners, but talk about what does that mean, like balanced physique, and talk about the body in general. Does that make sense?
Sure. Yes. Yes. So in bodybuilding, there are divisions.
Okay.
Bodybuilding is the big women and men, the physique, the big guys. And then in the women's, there's a figure division, there's a fitness division, and then bikini.
Okay.
So bikini is at the lower end of the muscular. So they don't want to see striations. They don't want to see a whole lot of definition. They want to see fullness and balance from shoulders to hips, glutes down. Yeah.
All the way down to
all
like
the way down
feet.
To your calves.
Yeah, you got to have good calves,
You
right?
got to have good calves,
right?
yes.
I was blessed with naturally good calves, Taylor. So I'm lucky. Although my brother-in-law has amazing calves. He was a former college football player, running back, and like he's got like custom
massive calves,
massive veiny big calves. Like
yeah, I kind of have Asian calves too.
So
calves.
Good. So at 50, whenever you got into this new chapter, were you in menopause?
I think I was probably beginning to start like that late perimenopause. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
But I was on birth control pill until I was like 50. So I just kind of rolled through, and I think it was quite great for me.
Yeah.
Because I stopped taking the birth control pill at 50. And then I'm like, okay, things are starting to change now, and things are feeling a little bit different.
Yeah. Do you think that was a disadvantage going into bodybuilding at that time?
Being perimenopausal?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Because you were still it was working. I mean, your body was working, and you were doing.
I was doing all the things, and it was working.
Well, and she was on birth control too, which stabilizes your hormonal levels.
Exactly, it made a big difference. It really did in that transition.
Yeah,
correct.
It made a big difference. Yeah.
And so, when did you? Okay, so keep talking.
Yep.
You did your competitions. How long did you compete?
I competed in the pro league for 2-3 years.
Okay.
And then I decided, man, I'm ready to do something else.
Yeah.
I'm ready to move on to the next chapter.
Right.
But the critique continued to always be that I needed to improve my glutes.
Okay. Then when you say glutes, give our listeners like what part of the body.
So that's your booty, ladies.
That's your booty, ladies. Not everybody knows that. That's your booty.
Your backside.
That's your backside, right? And the criticism that you received was it wasn't full enough. It wasn't developed enough. It was out of proportion.
It was proportioned, but needed to be fuller. So they were looking for that coveted shelf, that upper glute needed to be developed a little bit more. And then that glute max, I needed to come out a little bit more.
Okay. And then you mentioned like the different levels of bodybuilding. So were you at the top level? Were you at you mentioned like there's multiple, the bikini level, or where were you kind of?
So I was competing in the bikini level.
In the bikini level?
Yeah, in bikini.
And there is a lot of focus in the bikini level on the rear end, right?
I want you to stand up with that high heel and like stick your butt out.
There it is. I know, we call that tooting the booty.
All right.
So good. So 3 years, and I've had patients go through this when they're in their training, and it is intense. Their diet, their work. Wow.
Give us an idea of your training regimen at that time.
Gosh, at that time was AM and PM trainings.
Okay.
So I'd get up, I'd do fasted cardio, and then I would train. I'd go rest, eat, come back in the evening, cardio, train.
Wow.
On repeat. That was on repeat for 7-8 weeks going into the competition. And before that, it was once a day, but still real, intense.
And what were you eating?
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed to say because it was practically nothing.
Really?
Well, it was, protein heavy, obviously, so I could keep muscle and try to build a little bit. But so it was about 800 calories or so a day.
800 calories total a day.
800.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
that sounds miserable.
It was miserable. And that's you're pretty mean when you're doing that.
Yeah, angry.
Yeah,
wow.
Pretty hangry.
Hangry, and then getting menopausal at the same time. That's a great combination.
Well, let's put them all on stage together.
So, and then approaching a competition the week before, was there a change in your regimen?
The week before was a little more intense.
Okay.
Just leading up to it, cut back a little bit more.
Okay.
Train a little bit more fasted cardio.
Okay.
Longer cardio.
And describe to me what is the ideal bikini shape. Does that make sense for that category? What are the judges looking for? If it was like, we all know the name Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? The world's most perfect man in the 70s, and was like, you see a picture of him. Like, what is the ideal when you're competing? Does that make sense? Like, what are they really looking for? What is the criteria?
Well, when I was competing, there wasn't really anyone in my age division to compare or to strive to be looking like.
Right.
So the 35 to 40-year-olds were the ones that, we were sort of comparing ourselves to.
Right.
And competing with at some points too. So, but I guess to give you a name of a pro bodybuilder, Ashley Kaltzwater, I think is her last name, Kaltzwater.
Okay.
I want to say it wrong, but she's a big name in the bodybuilding league and bikini.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And so bikini is not in terms of the top of the body, so proportionate.
So they're
sleek.
looking for not quite that, not a sharp V. They're not looking for that. It's
not
more
super
balanced.
chiseled, right?
Not super chiseled, yeah. So nice shoulders, capped shoulders, like they call them, sort of a round shoulder, tiny waist. A little bit, come out with the booty.
Right.
Yeah, you want to
tooting the booty.
Tooting the booty. Quads need to be nice and balanced. Hamstrings need to show. You need to be able to see your hamstrings.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And your quads.
Okay.
Yeah.
And focus on the calves in a bikini is
balanced. So if you've got tiny calves and you've got this gigantic booty, that looks funny. It doesn't look proportioned. But if you've got a nice, nice full calf that matches your upper leg, then you're good. Yeah.
Right. I mean, I think not that I'm looking at bikini competition ladies all the time, but I've had some employees do it. To me, that's a very balanced, aesthetically attractive look for the most part. I don't know, Taylor, do you agree? I don't know how much
I think it's too lean. Or am I thinking of the wrong?
You're thinking so remember, you're thinking of probably the higher striation.
Okay,
you're
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you're talking about like the hardcore bodybuilding. No, these are ladies that are, if you saw them on the beach, you'd be like, wow, they look really good. They're not too muscular, like overly muscular or lean down. Like you're not seeing muscle striations. You're not seeing the veiny pop.
Well, that's what my patients were doing. And they would do like 10 spray tans.
We've had patients on the other end of the spectrum.
Okay.
Now, we're talking about, and I want our audience to realize there's multiple levels.
Exactly.
Because I do think there's a stigma associated with bodybuilding or weightlifting. But these days, the bikinis and whatever the one above is
fitness.
It's a much more feminine look.
Yes.
I think of the 1980s female bodybuilder that looks way much like a man.
Yes.
And I think that's the perception. So I want to preface this because I really think weightlifting and weight training is so important as you get in life, but as you get into the menopause age.
Absolutely.
It is huge. And I think women are afraid of it.
They are. And, I think sometimes, I don't think so much currently as it has been in the past that women think if I pick up a weight, I'm going to look like a man.
Right.
And that's just absolutely not going to happen.
Correct.
Don't you feel like that stigma is quickly
dissipating?
It's dissipating.
Yeah,
I love that. Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
And I do too. I love it.
Right.
Yeah.
I think my generation, and I'm just a little bit younger than you, that was a huge stigma.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I'm not lifting weights. I don't look like Arnold or Lou Ferrigno.
Right.
You don't realize what those guys do to even get close to that. There's no way.
Yeah.
Even if you wanted to. And I think like the other stigma is the testosterone supplementation for females.
Yeah.
Still has a little bit of a stigma associated with
does.
it. And I think it's going away, but it's not there. I do agree. You're more in tune with your age. I think the weightlifting, the younger generation as females are much more open to strength training than they were in the past.
Absolutely.
I think that was unheard of in the 80s.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no way.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
So, okay, kind of take me out of competitions into this next chapter of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Where did that, what's next?
So what that led to was my glutes. I couldn't figure out why I couldn't build my glutes. It just perplexed me, because I'm like, well, it's really important.
Yep.
I need to have strong glutes. And so that led me to take, certified in glute training. So I went into that. And when I started recognizing and appreciating that your glutes are more than just aesthetics, you know, that they serve a purpose, and we forget about them because they're behind us. You know, we can see our biceps and our quads and everything, our abs. We can see those activating and working, and we can see the results of our work with those muscles. We can't see what's happening behind us, but it's so important.
Talk to our audience about the importance, why it is important as you age, and what it's an indicator of, really.
Well, you know, they support your pelvis and your hips, your spine. And those are things that you need. And I tell my clients all the time, I'm like, look, functionally speaking, your glutes help you stand up, sit down, propel you forward, turn you around. I mean, if you want to continue to walk and be upright and have good posture, then you need to think about your butt. You need to really work on it. Yeah.
I always tell patients, so, you know, I'm a huge longevity sort of fan, and you have to train for old age.
You do.
I think people struggle as you age to just do everyday functional things. Stand, walk, get up off the ground.
Get up off of the floor, yes.
Be able to get into a chair, in and out.
Without using momentum to move.
Or the lift chairs, right?
Yeah.
And the gluteal muscle is the largest muscle in your body. It's also one of the most important, supports a tremendous amount of your frame, right? Yeah. And for a female, not only is it aesthetically pleasing, but for males and females, that muscle also can atrophy very quickly without regular maintenance and use, right?
Yes.
And you have to train for old age, right? If you want to be able to get off the ground when you're 75 to get up, you have to start doing that when you're younger. And train
Absolutely.
So I think it's I think it's a overlooked aspect, but a hugely
got you.
But a hugely important muscle.
Hugely, yes.
When did you start with your coaching?
Yep.
And when did you start with your
and
menopausal journey?
And one thing when you start, and then how do you get trained to how does that, like a glute training specialist? Tell us about that too. Does that make sense? Like your certified glute training, what is the difference between that and a typical trainer? Does that make sense?
It does. And so I put more focus into the glutes than a personal trainer. Who's focusing on your overall physique, which I'm doing. But as we get older and menopausal and females, you know, the bone density and things like that, I'm focusing on that big muscle so that, you know, we've got the power to move through life as we get older, like you were talking about longevity. You know, so you want to have strong glutes to do that.
Yeah. Once you were done with, is that when you started coaching other females?
Right.
When, after competing? Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I started in prep coaching, which is helping women prepare for competitions. Yeah. That led me into the glute training, and that from there I went into menopause fitness, and now I combine the two because there's so many women with their hips are so weak, you know, and their posture's not so good.
That's okay.
You're good.
So, you know, I'm like, okay, let's put a little focus into these glutes.
Right.
So we not have so much back pain. Right.
Because
that's a big problem too. And their knees are hurting, you know, hip replacements. I mean, after 50.
What in your, tell our audience, what's the biggest difference? Why do you need a different approach after menopause? Does that make sense? What is the difference there? And why do you have to train a lady that's 60 differently than a lady that's 30?
Her body is just going to respond differently.
Right.
The hormones are different. They're declining.
Right.
And recovery is so much different. You know, we can't train like we did, unfortunately, when we were 30 or 40, or even 2 or 3 years ago. It changes that rapidly for some people. So, you know, focusing on strength training is important. It's super important.
I want to talk about your personal journey again, obviously but you are a patient at Rejuvime.
Yes.
And she's I'll call it a brand ambassador.
Yep.
She loves Rejuvime and believes in Rejuvime.
Great representation.
Yes.
Super special to us. So
love it.
How were you led there? Why did you say, okay, let me check out my hormones? I'm coaching all these other women. You have an amazing physique. So what was the missing link?
My hair was falling out.
Okay.
Like by the handfuls. I could feel it trickling down my arms during the day. And I went to see my primary care physician, had lab work done. Everything was normal. I'm like, this is not normal.
Right.
This is not normal. Something, this is an indicator that something's going on inside.
Right.
But I don't know what.
Right.
And because I felt good, because I feel like I'm pretty healthy. I eat good. My nutrition is on point.
Right.
You know, I exercise, I recover, I rest, all those things. I'm like, surely it's not my hormones, you know?
Right. Right.
Sometimes you need someone outside to look in because you're just like, oh no, it's okay. So y'all had a webinar. Someone sent me an email about the webinar.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to listen to this.
Right.
Because you were talking about hormone placement therapy, all these things. I'm like, okay, it was the next day. So I'm like, I have dinner plans. I can't miss it. So what I did was I screen recorded the webinar.
Stop it.
Oh.
I had dinner and I laid my phone down, screen recorded it, listened to it on my way home, and I called the next day.
Awesome.
Y'all are awesome. I'm just like, oh, this is great. Called the next day, got an appointment, had my lab work done. Things were not normal.
Right.
Things were not optimal.
Right.
They were in the dirt.
Right.
Wow.
In the dirt.
And you're told that everything's fine, you're fine. And you're like, I'm not fine.
Right.
This makes no sense. Your hair doesn't, I'm like, no.
Well, I think we've done a disservice to normal. I don't know how do I say this. I don't want to say normalize aging, but we all want a better quality of life, right?
Yes.
And oftentimes, the medical sort of society you're going to age. Like, it's just age. You're normal.
Yeah.
You're eating, like you said, your protein intake, your diet is on point. You're exercising, you're resting, you're doing everything you can. Right. And you're controlling every variable that you can. But there are things that occur in your body that you can't control, right? Which is the hormone decline as you get older.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think it's an unfortunate thing that as a medical community, there's a large portion of us that just accept that when there is an alternative that our patients are seeking, right?
Yes.
You're seeking to improve, right? You're seeking to have that high quality of life as you age gracefully and wonderfully, right? And I think and was thrilled to the moon when the FDA took off the black box warning off of the hormone replacements and the optimizations. And I'm thrilled to the moon that women are more accepting of testosterone replacement. Thrilled to the moon that guys have, that's becoming destigmatized. But it really has been a disservice. And it's, 40 years of established sort of just established ways that we're fighting here.
Right.
So it's wonderful to have someone like yourself come in and talk about doing everything right. And then, like you said, the hair is falling out in clumps. Like there's more that you can do.
Yeah. I knew something was going on.
Yeah.
I just, couldn't figure it out myself.
Are you reaping the benefits beyond hair now that you are on supplementation? And what do you see or feel?
Yes. So I told Mariah when I went in for my first visit after, I'm like, I felt good, but I feel really good.
So great.
I'm like, this is next level good. This is goodness. And I want to stay here.
Yeah.
So, let's keep rocking and rolling. Yeah.
Let's keep it. That's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Mariah is so lovely.
Oh, yeah.
She had a little baby boy.
I know.
Yeah.
So sweet. So your coaching of your patients, I reach out to you. Talk me through. Tell us about
Taylor's a 60-year-old woman.
Yeah.
And she is not liking life.
Yeah.
She's reaching out to you. Walk her through what
that looks like.
Yeah, what that looks like.
So are you working out?
I'm working out. I'm doing some strength training. I see no results. I have belly fat. I'm tired. Have no libido.
All the things.
I want to feel better.
Yeah.
What do I do?
Well, first, as far as in a coaching perspective, I would ask you about your sleep.
Yeah.
You know, how are you sleeping? Because if you're not sleeping, that's like indicator number one to me that you're going to feel like crap. When
Can't
you get
recover.
up, you're going to be fatigued all day long, and you're not going to be able to work out. You're going to, you know, feel bad, unmotivated, all those things. So, you know, getting that piece of the puzzle, I'd probably talk about hormones a little bit and kind of inch my way in. Some women, well, you might not be on HRT. I don't know. Probably not, right?
Yeah,
if your mind,
right.
okay. So I would suggest you have your hormones checked. Make sure, you know, things are not absolutely in the dirt. And if you need some tweaking there, that's going to help.
Yeah.
And then, you know, we get your rest, your recovery, sleep on point, get your training plan, a regimen that is strategic. So you go in the gym, you don't waste time, you strength train, challenge yourself. You know, we don't stay in 2 hours doing cardio. We do about 45 minutes of strength training, maybe 10, 15 minutes of cardio. 3 to 5 times a week, so you're not killing yourself. You gotta have recovery.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta have your 24, I tell my clients 24 to 48 hours between major muscle group training, because if you're overtraining, that's a problem also. And that happens a lot.
Really?
Because women want to kill themselves in the gym thinking that they can, you know, the more they do, the less fat they'll have, you know, but in menopause, that actually has a reverse sort of effect. The more we do, the more we just keep like gaining and, you know, in all the wrong places too.
Yeah. That's good. And then diet as well. You coach with that as well. So diet, workouts involve HRT, TRT, replacement for females. And she sends her clients to Rejuvime to get all of that checked out and is guided by that. That's amazing. And so do you have a success story of any, you know, people that stand out to you?
I do. This lady is actually in Austin. She is 62. She had about 20 pounds to lose. She came to me when she was 59. I want to say she was 59. And she was already training, already working out, already, you know, eating okay. She started HRT. We got her on a very strategic training routine, rest and recovery, got her sleep fabulous. You know, now she's sleeping good.
Wow.
So she's not only dropped that 20 pounds, but she's gained about 5 pounds of muscle.
Oh, that's the best.
And her body composition is it's phenomenal.
How do you measure muscle mass and body comp change? What do you use?
I don't use anything but my eyes.
Okay.
No, I agree. No, that's oftentimes the best tool.
Because they have all these.
Yep. They have, you know, body immersion
there's
stuff.
all
They've got chambers. They've got, you know, there's 1,000 different ways to do it. But I agree is, you know, it's obvious. Most changes are just obvious to the naked eye. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to be relatively unclothed, but, you know, you look at somebody in a
bathing suit.
Yeah. Right.
That's
and
what
you
I
can
do.
tell, you know, from where they started. How long did it take that lady? So was she kind of like a naive virgin, never really worked out kind of lady at 59, or had she been a little bit in the fitness? And
she was in the gym already.
Okay.
She was already working out.
So a woman that comes to you and let's say never really worked out much in her life, right? Obviously has, let's say, zero background in this, is postmenopausal. People always want to know, because people are impatient. How long does it take you to coach somebody to where, one, they see a significant change, and then two, you feel like goals. Everybody has different goals, but like you can reach goals. What kind of time frame are ladies thinking about in your situation? And be honest.
Oh yes, and I am with my clients too.
Right.
I tell them it takes as long as it takes.
Right.
You know, in menopause it takes a little bit longer.
It does.
So you have to be patient. You have to be consistent, and also you will feel changes before you see changes.
You're right.
You know, you're going to feel better.
Right.
You're going to feel better in your clothes.
Right.
You're emotionally, and you know, you're going to feel better mentally.
Right.
Because you're doing something that's benefiting you in the long term. You know.
Do you encourage your clients to maybe take pictures as they evolve? Because I think so many women have been trained for so long to focus on a scale.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
I always say, look, throw the scale away. Focus on how clothes fit, how you want, and then focus on, take a picture of your body. Don't look at it every day.
Not every day, please.
You can't see those changes, right?
Right.
You have to tease yourself increments. I always tell patients of at least months. Right. At least give yourself 30 days to show some physical difference.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. And it's pretty interesting because I have them check in every other week. Okay. With pictures and scale weight. And then I tell them to put the scale away. Yep. We're just using it as a guide. Yep. We want to make sure we're not going too far in either direction with your food. Yep. You know, we want to be on point. And so I will take their first photo, compare it like every 8 weeks or so, because, you know, too close, too soon is not going to be much of a change, and it's disappointing. I don't want to disappoint. Yep. That's not the goal. You know, I'm like, no, we want to make sure that we're progressing. Yep. And after 6 months is usually when it's like, oh, wow. I didn't know, and then when they look at their pictures, I'm like, they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know I looked that much better. You know, it's like, well, you're looking at yourself every day. Right. You don't see it, but you feel it. Your clothes feel better. Yeah.
You're absolutely right. I always say it's like, the comparison's like, well, it's like your front lawn, your grass, right? You come home every day, you cut it once a week, you don't really notice much of a change. You go on a 2-week vacation, and you come back, you're like, well, I got a jungle growing in front. You know, it's that time frame. Talk to me. So you invented a training device, correct?
I do, yes.
Yeah, talk to me a little bit about that. How did that come about?
So I was daydreaming in the gym one day about so I have thoracic scoliosis. So doing hip thrusts, which are really good for your glutes, it's pretty painful for me to, load up and go heavy enough in that position.
And a hip thrust being if you see it on Instagram, whatever, that's when, describe it to
So a hip thrust is your upper shoulders and your back are on a bench. And your barbell or your dumbbells are placed on your hips. And so you're lowering and lifting your hips. Yeah. Okay. So it's that range of motion, that little short range of motion. But they were killing my back, just that pressure on my spine. So I was just daydreaming in the gym one day, like, oh my gosh, there's got to be a better way. Yeah. Got to be a better way. And I rigged up a resistance band to the cable machine. Fortunately, my gym is pretty,
They deal with
They let you experiment a little bit.
They let me experiment.
They may not let you put that up in every gym.
No.
Ma'am,
what are you doing?
What are you doing there?
What are you doing? So the resistance band, because it cuts into you as, they're tough. So I was like, but the process worked. Okay. So I went home, sketched it out, called up my friend. She sewed my first prototype up, went in the gym the next day, used it for 2 months. It worked fantastically. Okay. So 3 or 4 prototypes later, got it manufactured.
Awesome.
Sold out to all my clients. Okay. They loved it. And that's when I knew, I'm like, okay, if my clients all love it, I'm good. Because they've all got some, not all of them, but a lot of women have degenerative disc issues. They've got, compression going on. They've got a lot of problems. Arthritis.
Female bone aging is an issue, especially the spine, right? Whether it's compression, whether it's slip discs, where there's all kind of issues going on. Yeah. So is that available beyond? Is it something you have retail available? Do you have a website?
I do. They're on the website. Okay. I'm sold out of sold out of
Wanda,
2 colors.
Get that stock in there.
2 colors. I got some stock of the black. So they have a choice of black.
Okay. One of the colors is sold out. Okay. All right. Well, that's a good thing
we
to
can
have.
link that.
Yeah, we're going to put it below.
Thank you.
Okay, that's awesome.
It's great. Yeah.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Good. Now, go ahead, Tyler.
I was just going to say, those menopausal women, I know that's got to be the most satisfying to see that they are feeling better.
Yes.
And have that life back in them after you develop the relationship and they're starting to see that's special.
Yeah, it's a fun journey to watch.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm sure it is for y'all as well.
Too. Absolutely.
It is. It's a very rewarding. I think you have all the things that I deal with, whether it's from a plastic surgery, whether it's an injectable standpoint, or whether it's a hormonal, weight. Menopause is the most challenging period of life for whether it be a man or a woman. I would put it as that portion of that individual's life is, I believe, the most challenging.
Okay, this is so good. The most rewarding patient that we have is, she's probably a 48-year-old female who had a mommy makeover with us and is on HRT. And her life is literally changed forever.
Yeah.
he did the mommy makeover. She went to Rejuvime, started HRT, and that's like life changing. That's perimenopausal.
Yeah.
Did a surgical procedure on hormones and is like can conquer literally the world.
You know, I like to tell my clients, when you feel good, you look good. And when you look good, you feel good. I mean, it is a circle.
Yep.
Right.
It's
so
beautiful.
Good. Yeah, it really is. And it's a challenging time. If they're married, it's challenging for a husband and wife.
Yeah.
It's challenging for if they've got kids. They can get a little,
every aspect
of it.
Every
aspect, because, life, I think, shuts down or changes so dramatically. It's literally like, and I was like kind of extreme to say that, but it's sort of like castration for it all happens all of a sudden and every woman goes through it.
Yep.
And I think as men, we have to have that understanding. That's how dramatic it is. And I think as a society, if we understood that and gave some ladies some grace and also gave them the help, which you're giving, and we're giving at Rejuvime, the world may be a little bit happier place for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I like this rapid fire myth busting.
Oh, yeah. That's a good part.
It's my favorite. Okay. Menopause ruins your metabolism forever. True or false?
False. Absolutely false.
And you also deal with their macro counting, all of that side. So is there anything that you should change in menopause to combat menopause, or it's kind of just the same old?
A change, I would back off the cardio, keep it in for cardiovascular health, absolutely, but don't be too excessive with it. Alcohol, I tell my clients, I'm like, if you're having that 2 or 3 glasses of wine every night, it catches up.
Yep.
And they think they're getting good rest.
Yep.
They're not getting good rest. They're having very interrupted sleep, and they think that wine is helping them sleep. So that's kind of a process that I work through too with a lot of my clients. So reducing the alcohol. You don't have to eliminate it.
Yeah.
But, reduce that.
Yeah. Cardio is the fastest way to lose weight, and they should not lift heavy. Womp.
Womp.
Yeah. Big no-no. Protein shakes are only for bodybuilders.
Oh, no. You know what? You don't have to have it in a shake. It's a great, it's hard to get enough protein in your diet and food. If you're having to eat every meal, that's kind of tough. So supplementing with a protein shake is great.
Okay. I know we have to kind of shut this down, but how many grams for, say, somebody that weighs 130 pounds, menopausal female, would you say they need to be getting in protein?
I would say at least 130 grams.
Yeah. Okay.
That's my weight, and that's what I consume. Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay. So 130. Yeah.
What is your favorite way to consume protein?
Food. Yes.
Okay. Real food.
Lean meat. Yes.
Lean meat. Okay.
I prefer to eat.
Okay.
Yes. And you'll find if you've built some muscle, you're going to want to eat.
Yeah.
Right. You're going to want that. You're going to want that protein.
Yeah.
You're going to crave it.
So good.
Yeah.
So good. And then.
Oh, last myth. Bust it for us. It's too late to build muscle after 60.
Absolutely not.
Good.
You are proof in the pudding, baby. So good.
Thank you.
So
yes.
Good. Well, Wanda, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
Great.
We're going to put your website below where patients can reach you and clients can reach out to you. And I'm going to look on and see if I can get my wife one of those bands.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get her the red. You see the red color is that? We're gonna get the
black.
The black. We'll get the black. We'll get the black color for you. I want to thank our sponsors. I want to remind everyone listening to subscribe below. Hit that subscribe button. We're available on
YouTube,
all of your
Spotify.
Yep.
Apple,
Instagram,
Amazon Music.
We're on YouTube
everywhere,
Shorts.
baby.
We're everywhere. So subscribe below. And I want to remind our audience to always stay humble, always stay inquisitive, and please always, always consult before you cut. Thanks, guys.
Yay.